W.C. Fields was a very unique character. There have been a few characters that everyone imitates, everyone can do. He stands out in your mind.
I was in love with a beautiful blonde once there. She drove me to drink. That's the one thing I'm indebted to her for.
Fields was kind of the everyman that no one really wants to be.
It's disdainful. He doesn't pretend to be lovable, even though he becomes so.
Anybody who hates children and animals can't be all bad.
It's just, this is who I am. You can kiss my.
And that, of course, was what was so great about him.
I'm very fond of children. Girl children, around 18, 20.
W.C. Fields had that thing that everybody wants to have when they do comedy, a unique look and sound.
He had a big red nose, and if you see pictures of him in his later years, it was like a balloon.
And he was, you know, he was this big lug. He looked like a guy who couldn't get across the street, much less do all this incredibly dexterous stuff.
He seemed to be more in control of his chaos. You know, when he would put the hat on his head and it would be on his cane, and then he'd have to spend a couple minutes looking for it. That's the guy very skillfully getting him into these odd little moments.
All of these little ways that he hassles with the little things, a lot of them stem from being a drinker.
Whenever Fields would take a drink in the bank, Dick, first he would take the top off the bottle and say,
"Keep your head off there."
And then he will pour himself a drink.
He has a glass of water. He doesn't use it as a chaser. He uses it to dip his fingers. He takes a napkin,
Ball it up, flip it over.
off with the right foot, he kicks it up there.
Very tasty. I think I'll have another one.
He could have done that another 5 times and it still would have been funny.
A little trick, isn't it?
What solidifies a comic in the mind of the audience is a consistency that you can rely on.
Predictability is always built in to a certain extent. You may not know what the punchline is, but you know that the punchline is coming.
You know, there's something awfully big about you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Your nose.
Something awfully big about you, too.
I think that Fields, being the writer of his films, was probably crafting a little satire on top of the straight-out comedy.
What'll it be? Oh, jumbo ice cream soda.
What flavor?
Oh, I don't care. Spinach, horseradish, anything you got there. This thing's supposed to be in a saloon, but the censor cut it out.
The real sleeper here is never give a sucker an even break.
In the circus scene, you wear a beard.
I wear a beard?
It's a play within a play.
A small beard, a Van Dyke.
Just a minute, Mr. Fields.
To show the very real difficulties he had over the years.
This script is an insult to a man's intelligence, even mine.
Wanting to have control of the script.
Well, all right. We can cut that out.
And then, of course, it becomes completely surreal, including him jumping out of a plane to grab a bottle of liquor. That's a guy who really wants a drink. He was so funny, you know? He was funny.
It wouldn't be a comedy festival without the wisecracking W.C. Fields. See Fields at his best Monday, April 18th, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Turner Classic Movies.